to fulfill that quest. The Ark is not a fan of our excavations. I don't think she has any more excavations to dig up, and besides, I have a long way to go before I can get a new
able to assist you.
Excavation monitor. Alright, so we've established a network here. They're working on biology, currently producing a network. 41 production, 48 science. Those are some really nice yields. And that's just the one city. How many cities does Franco Iberia have? I don't know. Probably a few more in here. So we're fairly far behind as far as science goes then. Let's go and steal some energy. And as for our virtue, Liberation Army, no, that's not going to help us too much. Strength versus aliens, also not going to help us. We can't get scavenging without grabbing survivalism, and it's also not very helpful with respect to just going for aliens. Liberation Army, no. Special Service does sound useful, but I don't really want Liberation Army, so it's either going to be Army Engineering Corps or Martial Meditations. How many strategic resources do we have? +1 energy and +1 production per strategic resource. Let's go and have a look at what that would mean for us. Silica and gold are not strategics. Xenomass is a strategic. I believe it's considered one. So 1. Petroleum is also strategic. 2, 3. Basalt is not. Floatstone is 4. 5, 6 for the Feraxite. 7 for some more Xenomass, but while it's under a nest, I don't know if it's actually accessible. So maybe 7? 7 production and 7 energy. That's decent, but is it as good as a free affinity? Let's see what it leads into. Brutal efficiency, plus 50% quantity from strategic resources. There might come a time when we're really low on strategics, but I don't see that happening soon. Then again, I don't really know what all of our units are going to require. Integrated arms, plus 10% production towards units for each upgrade it has. And I think by that time we'll have a few upgrades, so that could be plus 20 or plus 30% production, which would be pretty good if we're pumping an army non-stop. And reduced unit maintenance. Alright, we probably really want to go down this central might line then. And then plus 10% unit strength. Okay, we'll grab the free affinity. Establish the network, yes, that's fine. Free affinity level. We'll go grab one in harmony.
You only have to look at the ecosystems outside to get a masterclass in power systems, combat tactics, engineering, applied genetics, interpersonal relationships, and love.
Alright, so we're level 5 harmony, and we have new upgrades for our units. Our gunboats can now become cruisers, and we can get a bonus versus land units or bonus versus sea units. I haven't seen many units on the water. Let's get the bonus versus land. That's what we've been using them for so far. And now our gunboats do look a little snazzier. They're called cruisers now, and they do 24 damage. That's pretty cool. So those affinity points are pretty important. Alright, well, we'll just explore the seas. Alright, some more floatstone. Attack jet. Can go and rebase. We'll leave one over by Carbroost in case Stanimir gets any ideas. He still does have 2 tac jets, either in this city or in his expansion. No, his expansion is still an outpost. I wonder if the aliens will take care of that for us. Xenoswarm. Over towards Ark. And yeah, sure, we can toss up a generator, that's fine. The quarry is done, so we can't get anything to help us with that. Extra food is not going to help us while we're unhappy. None of our cities are starving though, so that's good. Trade vessel. How many turns of martial law do we have? 8 more turns. Brutal. And this tac jet, yes, we are going to go and rebase. Alright, this worker will go and repair that. Repair the generator. And our ideology is obsolete. Alright, them fighting words. Our peoples share a common way of life and a common goal. Alright, so both Kabayatha and I seem to be going for a harmony victory. So I think I'm fine with that. I don't want to have to fight both people on my continent. Perhaps once we deal with Ark, we can reassess the situation, but for now, we'll have a good friend in the KP. Yes, yes, yes. The Slavic Federation, understandably, absolutely hates me. Quest updated. I'm really disappointed that we're not getting this quarry quest. Leadfoot Soldier, build 1 Xeno Sanctuary. Alright, so both of these want us to build a Xeno Sanctuary, and we're working on transgenics right now. And next up, we're going to grab alien ethics, and we'll get the Xeno Sanctuary tech there, and hopefully get some good stuff off of the quest. Alright, so this tac jet will stay back, stay on air intercept, but these guys will go over towards our borders with Ark. The American Reclamation Corporation. Floatstone Quarry, +3 energy, that's a nice yield improvement. And this trade vessel still has nowhere to go. Okay, so that should be fine. Xenoswarm forward. The roads are definitely helping, but I don't know if I can afford to pay for a road between our capital, which is where I have the most production, and our new front lines. Let's cancel research here. A repair facility. I don't know if I want to be pumping all of my land units out here, especially since there's all this rough terrain and miasma in the way. But we could train a couple more tac jets. And getting technologies that'll get us stuff into the orbital layer. It's probably going to be pretty important here. Let's see. List of satellites. Orbital layer, that doesn't help me. Orbital units. I just want a list of orbital units. TACnet Hub is an orbital unit that gives us plus 20% combat strength and range strength and plus 5% HP per turn. Range of 2, and we need communications for that. Alright, where is communications? Right down here. Let's pick that up. If we're going to go and start some aggressions against Ark, we'll want a TACnet Hub. The network would also get us 2 health and a nice culture boost. Lasercom satellite is for either the purity or supremacy victory. So if we're going to go for harmony, we don't need that. Alright. So KP is still happy about our continued trade. The cloning plant. Bonus food, even though we... some of that unhappiness was fixed. That's definitely good. Martial law is slowly ending over in our recently captured city. Let's go and grab the cloning plant then. And we'll keep on exploring here. Trade vessel, that's fine, you can wait there. Although, how many trade vessels do I have here? One of them can start a trade route. Karbrust. Alright, so on our side of the continent, we have Indians and the Brazilians. But yeah, it's going to be all about getting good gains off of these Ark cities. Still 6 turns of martial law. And our unit here, I suppose we could get to work on a road. That would really help with our production of units and getting them over to what's going to be our new front lines. Well, let's get over and improve the coral. Ah yes, Ark is this blue faction to the north. They don't like us very much, they're very cautious, and rightly so. We have an army that we've been using against the Slavic Federation. They're down to just 2 cities now, including one that was until very recently just an outpost. Yes, Ark is the American Reclamation Corporation. Okay, our explorer has gone home, picked up another expedition module, and maybe we can explore the poles. Maybe there's a crashed satellite or something to the south. Your ways are troubling us. You have cast aside that which makes us essentially human. If you continue in this path, I fear one day our peoples will no longer be able to peacefully coexist on this world. Well, my friend, I believe that day has already come and gone. Leviathan Protectorate has publicly condemned the African Union. Let's have another look at diplomacy here. Alright, so everyone except for Kavayatha thinks that we're a terrible warmonger following the wrong affinities. Franco-Iberia is pleased that we do have beneficial trade routes. Ark covets our lands. Brasilia is guarded. I think we used to have trade routes with them, but they became less profitable, so we stopped doing that. We do have a favor with them though, so maybe we should try to cash that in. And the Slavic Federation is pleased with our mutually beneficial trade route, but they have many other reasons to be displeased with us. We refused to move our troops when they asked, and so we declared war on them. They condemned us, and they believe we're a warmonger. Rightly so, we possess their current capital. Alright, so our health is slowly getting better. Once martial law on the city ends, then we can build out some buildings that provide health. We'll get that under control. We'll start pumping more units. And then, I mean, we can go and attack Ark. We'll get some nice cities out of the deal. But it'll also go and upset our happiness once again. Or rather, our health. Alright, well, if it's only one turn, we may as well grab a repair facility. And we still have this trade vessel with no place to go. In fact, how much work has been done on this trade depot? It's about half complete. So once we're out of martial law, that should finish fairly quickly. The attack jet can go and rebase down here. And Xenoswarm. Alright, what am I even doing with this guy? He's going to go and check out the ice. Sure. It's better than nothing, I suppose. And trade vessel can stick around here. Do we have more than one trade vessel sitting here? He's currently in an active trade. Yes, health is very much like happiness was in Civ 5. but the consequences of going negative health aren't as severe. Trade vessels, change origin city. One trade route slot available. That means that we probably have, yeah, a unit to reset. So this is just 12 production. If I have a route that'll give me 11 or 13 science, we'll go for the 13 science boost. So here, being at negative 12 health, we get 10% reduction in production, science, and culture, and also a 100% intrigue boost on all of our cities, which means covert agents from the other civilizations will be able to perform much more devastating or powerful covert actions. You get half growth rate at below 20 health, or 20 negative health. Now, Ninja is saying that the bonuses for having excess health are pretty good. So, I mean, if I could fix this little health problem, I'd happily do that. Alright, where do we want to place these units? Without boats for backup, these guys are at 32 and 24 strength. That's around the same strength that the Slavic cities are at. So, with a couple artillery, we should be able to make this happen. But do we want to do that right now? How many trade routes do we have currently with Arc? We have no trade routes with Arc. Inbound, no inbound trade routes from Arc either. Alright, so what we would lose then is our one land-based trade route that goes through Axiom over to Mandira. Freeland. We could pump our artillery out of this city, but it's going to be really slow going to transfer our units over this way. I guess it would be worth it to get a road up. I mean, we do have the energy per turn to support a road. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 upkeep per turn, but we would be able to send reinforcements so rapidly. Alright, let's go pump out a couple of workers then. And the trade vessel is still waiting for martial law to end here. Alright, hanging out right at the borders here will probably make Arc excessively suspicious.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
Alright, so 184 miasma. I think I want to keep the xenomass for now. We have 6 xenomass. And what's happening in this city? The pack is under attack by aliens. Our xenomass deal ends, and now we have 10 xenomass, 3 of which are used, and that's for our xenoswarm. Do I have some even nicer xeno-based units that I can use here? So, okay, some of our units are losing life to miasma. Well, I mean, these guys, we're a xenoswarm, we shouldn't be losing life. Well, we'll worry about that next turn. Alright, so there's an artillery den. We want a worker. And we'll keep on exploring with our cruisers. Okay, so we can build a work barge here, which gets us on the coral, +1 science and +1 production. And this guy will get to work on the road. Trade vessel. Let's move him over to nowhere. Alright, so he'll just have to sleep until our martial law is complete. That's 3 turns from now. There's another floatstone quarry done. Turn the yields on. That's nice. 4 energy and 1 food. Alright, Xenoswarm. I suppose we can just hide off in the forest here. And this worker can start on a road from here. So the aliens are attacking the Pan-Asian Cooperative, but they don't seem to be doing a very effective job at it. Ooh, we've got some sort of an aircraft carrier. I wonder what his plans are with that. Alright, choosing production. Let's pump out 1 more worker, and then we'll start pumping. We need 3 more artillery, I think, and then a few more xenoswarms. And if we can get better technology. We have a whole bunch of health boosting buildings here. In 2 turns, we'll get to work on that. And the tac jet can go on intercept mode. Road. Fruit and titanium. We could go and grab this repair facility. I think we already have one in the capital. Yes, we do. Alright, we may as well. Well, what's the upkeep on the repair facility? 1 energy. But increased production of land units. We could grab the Miasmic repulsor. But if we're going to go down harmony, then miasma is actually helpful to us. Let's pop out another cruiser then. Alright, our cooperation agreement with Cavitha has ended. We can choose new production over in this city. Let's get to work on a network and then an alien preserve. Or vice versa. Okay, that worker's done. 1 turn until transgenics. We can toss out one more quick tac jet. Sure. And over in this city, we're gonna want the recycler. Add to queue. And Xeno Nursery. Xeno Fuel Plant. Seems good. And a network. Okay, so we are working on this road here. And let's spread these xenoswarms out a little more. And how are we doing on this terrascape? 7 turns. Alright, so after transgenics, which we're grabbing for the health benefits, we're going into a tech that will let us fulfill 2 of our quests here, and that's to build destroy Cascade Camp.
Genetics is chemistry, and chemistry is a tool, and a tool is only as useful as you make it.
Fair enough. But what we need here is the Xeno Sanctuary, and that's what we're going to get when we finish researching alien ethics. Xeno Sanctuary gets us +4 culture, and adds 1 point per turn to the Transcendence Progress Victory. Requires level 5 Harmony, which we do have, so that's pretty perfect. And we do have 1 tac jet here. I suppose we can leave a tac jet in the capital just for safety. No, we should definitely move them over towards Ark. Okay, so there, the floatstone's done. Trade vessel. We will have that trade depot done next turn, so we can move the trade vessel next turn. Let's go grab the Gene Garden here. And the Gene Smelter. I don't know why that provides so much health, but sure. Awesome, let's do that. And we can also queue up the Promethean, which is a wonder. 11 turns. Huh. Alright, let's see if we can actually build that out. Which means maybe we don't want to waste time on the Gene Smelter. Yeah, we can forget the 25% production bonus that we get for having that in the capital. 11 turns on this Promethean. A free virtue, which is going to be really useful for us. And then health and culture. Alright, let's try to build out that Promethean. But first, let's double check that our capital actually is the city with the most production. So which of these menus brings that up for me? Economic overview. Yes, our capital does have the most production with Jimboomba in second. Garden of Eden. With this new gene garden, we unlock the potential of the human form. How we shall direct that potential, however, is still up for debate. Our people have split into two schools of thought. The first, the largest, believe the garden should be used to perfect our bodies through controlled mutation. The second, and most radical, want the garden to explore biotechnical possibilities. Whichever path we take could very well define our future. So, experiment, we get +3 energy with gene gardens, or controlled mutation, health. Alright, we definitely want the health here. Alright, we're just at 7 negative health. Things are looking up. And do I want the cruiser, or would I rather finish off that gene smelter first? Let's get that gene smelter going first. And who else is building junk that I don't really want? No, everything else is important infrastructure. Alright, the tac jet, we'll go and rebase down here. And the trade vessel, are we done? No, next turn we'll go and reassign that trade vessel that's been lingering for a while. And as for here, what was our previous route? Ah yes, the +9 culture from Church of Dawn's Light. Malkari asks how we enabled the grid view. So you can either press Shift and G, G for grid, and that'll enable or disable the grid view, although maybe not in between turns. Or you can click on this little eye in the top left corner of the minimap, and that'll have toggling revealing or hiding the hex grid. And we can have that off for a little while. I know that some people don't really like to see the hex grid. And with this unit here, we're not in miasma, we can just fortify there. And it looks like... which faction is this? That's not the Slavic Federation, this is the... well, we can go and bring up the diplomacy screen. This is the People's African Union. They're currently in 2nd place, and they believe we are warmongers, and they're not too pleased with our affinity choice either. Alright, so we are actually doing a lot better than Ark. I don't know what we would gain by attacking them other than some more unhappiness. But having that option is going to be pretty important for us. And if need be, we can always turn that army around and go for Cabitha. Even though she has been a good friend, she is leading on score. I don't want to remove that miasma. Alright, let's just get over there. We have a nice stockpile of energy, which we could go and use. Let's see. We'll actually go and purchase the gene smelter. And that'll give us a production boost in the other cities that are currently building the gene smelter. Yes, a nice 25% virtue modifier there. So we're mapping the continents. And this trade vessel can now go over to Karabrust. Or, actually this trade vessel is free to trade. Let's see. 8 science, 10 science by trading with prosperity. Or 7 food. We are about to go happy again, so food and energy from Camp Cascade. That wouldn't be bad. Do we have a quest that wants us to destroy Camp Cascade? I think we do. Oh, we have a covert operative who needs a job. Let's go siphon science. Or steal a technology. Yes, we'll definitely want to do that. Alright, so let's look at this quest-wise. Hostile takeover. Destroy Camp Cascade. We could do that. People already think we're warmongers, so that won't really harm our reputation very much. Alright, we have this army, we may as well use it. Go. Just bring over probably 1 artillery and 1 xenoswarm will do the job. And we do have those tac jets that can join in as well. We'll keep this guy here, maybe on a hill so we have more vision. Trade vessel. 10 science with prosperity. Alright, 10 science with prosperity it is. And now that we're done the trade network, let's go and queue up. We'll grab the health promoting buildings. Cyto Nursery, Gene Garden, Alien Preserve, Auto Plant. Actually, I want the Auto Plant a little further up. That's a whole extra trade route. Maybe after the Cyto Nursery. Alright, that seems like a good plan for me. And this trade vessel. Let's see. 12 science from Mandira. We'll keep on going with that. Alright, so we have another question about the appearance of these little resource icons. Again, that's this little eye in the corner of the map, and you can just go and activate resource icons, activate or deactivate them. The map does look more interesting with them on, so I'm going to leave them on the entire time, even though we're not planning on settling anything new right now. Although, dropping a city over here would be pretty nice. Each city does increase the cost of virtues and technologies slightly, but so long as you can get that city humming and pumping out culture and science, it'll easily offset that penalty. Although, I don't want to settle any more cities while I am unhealthy. And I don't really need these cities, they'd just be nice to have. The auto factory does give us an extra trade route when we decide on one of the perks to choose. I think you can either choose like +1 or +3 energy or +1 trade route. Ooh, what have we here? A satellite crash site. Where is our nearest explorer? Way over here. 19 turns? Well, may as well get started. Attack jet can just go on air intercept mode there. Artillery, we're heading down to do a hostile takeover on Camp Cascade. Yes, the Harmony affinity is what lets you survive in miasma. Right now I have a worker ability that lets my workers ignore miasma. We also currently take 5 HP less damage in miasma, and once we get one more affinity in Harmony, we'll actually heal 5 HP when we're in miasma. Alright, so there, that road bit is done. And we can go and buy this tile. 120 is fine. Buy that plot. And let's go and put up a generator. Alright, trade vessel. Plus 11 science. We'll keep on going with the science here, although trading internally would get us a lot of production, and since we are trying to build that wonder in Freeland, but we can't trade it with Freeland here, well, we'll keep on boosting production in Jimboomba. Franco-Iberia is disturbed by our people's devotion to false ideologies. So Franco-Iberia, I assume then, is going purity.
Excuse me, I have important information for you.
Thank you. Alright, we have a covert operative. What did we just finish here? Our agent failed to siphon energy but was undetected. Alright, well, we are extremely experienced here. That we failed. Maybe someone's on counter-espionage there, or maybe it was just a bad roll. We could try to steal science here. And where was that? Crash satellite. That's only going to take us 7 turns. Let's go and do that. Meanwhile, this guy probably doesn't need to head over there then. Our worker here will go help with that road. Trade convoy. Alright, we'll send these guys internally. Our previous route was to the capital, and we'll keep that going, since we are trying to build out this wonder. The Promethean. Go build a road out, and how are we doing on that terrascape? 3 turns. And this worker, keep on pushing forward. Oh, that's a good point, Seek LG. The well-positioned explorer is out of expedition modules, so I won't be able to claim that site. I can have him sit on top of the ruins and wait for our other explorer to show up. How close are we to our cities? That's going to take us 10 turns versus reserving a spot will take us 7. Alright, let's just go and reserve the spot, and then we'll send this guy over. Wow, 19 turns. Trade convoy here. I'll probably want to replace that guy with a sea-based convoy. Yes, trading by sea would be much better. Alright, let's go and delete this unit then. Delete unit, we get 15 energy from that. And we'll just go and purchase a new trade vessel. In fact, let's do that for a car boost as well. Alright, so this will get us a nice production boost and will help with our wonder. We'll get that set up. That doesn't shave down the time to completion on the Promethean though. Oh no, we're fallen into 4th place now. We could make some gains by attacking Ark, and I think we will. But a lot of our production was slowed down by building this Promethean. Okay, establish a trade route. Internal trade routes would be pretty good, or trade routes that get us a significant amount of science. So 13. We'll get that going. Trade vessel here. Production to Freeland. And does that? Yeah, that chops us back down to 9 turns on the Promethean. Well, while we're here, set up a generator and this trade vessel with Freeland. Alright, so that should chop us down to 8 turns, good. Alright, we can get, well, 9 science. 11 is the greatest output here, trading with Liqueur. Or less energy, more science. Prosperity. Alright, let's do that. Roads done. Okay, so this trade vessel, we could get a whole bunch of food by trading with Camp Cascade, but I'm about to do a hostile takeover on them. So, highest science would be with the African Union or with our personal city-state. So that's 13 energy and 10 science, trading with Stanimir, the Slavic's new capital. The music is pretty nice, and it's quiet enough that it hasn't gotten repetitive yet. I did get sick of the Civ 5 music pretty quickly, so much so that I don't think I ever listened very much to the Gods and Kings or Brave New World soundtrack. Alright, so, the station can help our colony, yes, that's true, but if I wanted to do a hostile takeover, how would I go about doing that? Declare war on Camp Cascade. Once you declare war, all trade routes with the station will be cancelled and no future trade will be possible. Well, let's double check that that's actually what our quest wants. Hostile takeover. Destroy Camp Cascade. Alright, well, that's what they want.